Everyone, welcome to my channel again. Today we will discuss one problem from LeetCode, that is 1219 path with maximum gold. So the problem statement is saying you will be given it one grid. So this will be a grid 060587090, you can see from here. And here each and every number represent number of or amount of gold. 0 means there is no gold. 6 means 6 amount of gold is present. You can say like 6 gram of gold or 8 gram of gold kind of thing. So what they are saying, every time you are located in a cell, you will collect all the gold in that cell. Suppose I am in that cell, so I can collect 5 amount of gold. Then from that position, I can walk on step to the left, right, up and down. So I can go either left or top, right or down from here. You can't visit the same cell more than once. Same cell we can visit again. Never visit a cell with 0 gold. You can start and stop collecting gold from any position in the grid that has some gold. And that way we have to find the maximum amount of gold what we can collect. So from 5, we can't go top and down, so we can go to our right and we can collect this gold 8. Then we have 3 choice, either we can go to 6, 7 or 9. Suppose I went to 6. So after collecting the gold from 6, I can't move anywhere because left and right I can't go, and 8 I already visited. So if we start from 5 and choose this path, then the total amount of gold we can collect is 5 plus 8 plus 6. So now we have to find like which path if we choose we can collect maximum amount of gold. The answer also I will tell you. If you follow the path 9, 8 and 7 or 7, 8, 9, in that path only you can collect maximum amount of gold. So if you check here, the answer it is saying path to get the maximum gold is 9, 8 and 7, and collectively you can get 24 amount of gold, that is 9 plus 8 plus 7. No other path is where you can collect maximum amount of gold. This is the only path. If you take one bigger example, here what you can check is, in this grid if we have to collect maximum amount of gold, then the answer will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If you follow this path, then only you can collect the maximum amount of gold. You may think that 9 and 20 is a big number, big amount of gold is present there. Can I collect that? But if you check, 9 and 20 is isolated, means you can't reach there because 0 and 0 is there for both sides. So we can't take it as a consideration. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, this is the path. If you follow, you can collect the maximum number of gold. Now the question is that how we can solve this problem. So before seeing the solution of this problem, I will highly recommend you to go through this problem 79, that is word search. If you watch this video, you will definitely get one idea that how to solve this problem, because both of this problem has some similarity, and they are all DFS backtracking category of problem. Now the question is that how to solve this problem. So to solve this problem, one thing we understood is if your starting point will vary, then the result will also vary. So if you start from 0, you can't move anywhere because from 0 you can't go anywhere. From 6 if you start, then you can create a path, right? So from 6 if you are starting, suppose you are starting from 6, then you can go to this cell, that is 8. So from 8 where we can move? We can move to 5, 9 or 7. So from 8 we can go to 5, and from 5 we can't go anywhere. So from 8 we can go to 9. From 9 where we can go? We can go to 1, and from 1 we can go to 7. So suppose from 8 if we want to select another path, that is 7. So that time we can go to 7, and from 7 we can go to 1, and from 1 we can go to 9, right? So we can't move any further. Now how to calculate the maximum amount of gold? From any junction point you have to choose like which branch I will choose.
So here the junction point is 8. There are 3 branch 5, one is 917, one is 719. So which branch is contributing maximum gold? That is 917 or 719, both are same. So the amount will be 9 plus 1, that is 10, 10 plus 7, 17. So 17 amount of gold you will get from here. So here actually maximum 17 you can take as a gold from these 3, anyone you can choose. Plus you have to add this 8, so 17 plus 8 will be 20. Then this 25 you have to return, then 25 plus 6 it will be 31. So total 31 number of gold you can collect if you follow this path. What is the path? 6, then 8, then 9, 1, 7, this path, or 6, 8, 7, 1, 9 also fine. Both will contribute same result. Now what we will do, the maximum result we got from this path is 31. This path means when we started from 6. Similar way we have to check for other also. Like again, if we start from 0, because 0 and 6 is done, this 0 also we can't start, then we can move to 5. So now 0, 6 and 0 is done. So if we start from 5, so that time what will be the path? From 5 we can go to 8. From 8 we can go to 3 direction. One is 6, 7 and 9. If we go to 6, then we can't move further. So 5, 8, 6 will be one path. So from 8, if we move towards 9, then we can go 9, 1 and 7. So that will be one path. And if we go towards 7, then it will be 8, 7, 1, 9. Okay. And the contributions will be 19, then 30 and 30. So the maximum is 30. But we have to choose, like previous max was 31 when we started from 6. So 30 can't replace that one because 30 is less than 31. Now if you start from 8, what will happen? So from 8, 4 direction you can go. 5, 6, 7, 9. So if you go towards 6, you can't move further. 6 will be the last case. Then if you move towards 5, then 5 also we can't move any further. If we choose 9, then we can go 9, 1, 7. Right? If you start from 7, then it will be 8, 7, 1, 9. So 4 paths are possible and junction point is 1, that is 8. So and the result it will contribute as 14, 25, then 13 and 25. What is max is 25. So we have to check, like this 25 can replace the previous max, that was when the path was started from 6. So obviously it is less, so we will not take this one and we will move further and check for 7. Now if we start from 7, what will happen? So from 7 we can go to either 8 or 1. So if we go towards 1, then from 1 we can go to 9. From 9 we can go to 8. From 8 we can go to 2 direction. One is 6, one is 5. So either 6 or 5. We choose the another path, like from 7 we are going towards 8. So from 8 where we can go? We can go to 6, 5 and 9. So 6, 5 and 9. And from 9 where we can go? To 1. Okay. So if you look at this diagram, you can check, like from 7 we can go towards 1 and 8. From 1 then 9. Then from 8 we can go to 6 and 5. And from 8, 6, 5, 9, 1. Now how to calculate? So from between this junction point is 8. Here is junction point 8. Okay. So from junction point 8, 6 and 5 is there. So we will choose 6 because that is the bigger one. So 8 plus 6, 14. 14 plus 9 plus 1. So that will be 24. 24 plus 7. So that will be 31 from this side. Here you have to choose 6. Then that part will be 6 plus 8 plus 7. But that will be less. Another path will be 1 plus 9 plus 8 plus 7. That will be also less than 31. So we have to choose 31 as the result which we got from this path traversal. So from 7, if we now calculate the path, means choose the path, what we will get is, we take some different color. So from 7 we can go to 1, then we can go to 9, then we can go to 8, and then we can go to 6. So this path will contribute as 31. If you remember, from 6 also if you start, we are following the same path only to get 31, that is 6, 8, 9, 1, 7. So I will not show you any further for 0, 9 and 1 because ultimately the result will be 31, that is the max one. Okay. So now programmatically how to do this I will show you. Now I will talk how to do the coding. Suppose in 7 I am there. From 7 the path I am choosing as 1 and 8. First time I am going towards 1, then I am going towards 8. Then from 1 actually we are following the path for 9, 8, and from 8 we are going to 6 or 5, and same case for here also. So actually what we are doing, so when we are in 7 we are calling for DFS function which is doing the same job. That's why recursively we have to call that. So from 7 we have to call DFS of 1, that is this one, means we are going towards this. Then we are calling DFS 0, this one. So obviously that function will return 0 or something, means we will not move towards that, but we have to call that. Then we have to call DFS right side, which will be out of range, that will handle. So there also we can't go. And another path is left, that is DFS of 8, that is the same path. When we will reach to 9, we will again call for DFS function, left, right, top and down. So for 9 what will happen, obviously right side is already visited, so we can't go. Left side is 0, we can't go. Down is out of range. So 8 is the only possible path, that's why I have written 8. So for each and every node we have to call 4 DFS function, that is up, down, left and right. So in coding, when you have to do these things, you can take help of this method DFS, where we have to pass the location of the current grid, that is I and J, and the grid. So if when I am calling, suppose this part I am calling, so that time what will be the I and J value? So it will be 1, 3, right? 0, 1, 2, 3. So I am checking if it is going outside of the range or not. Obviously J is greater than call, so it is outside, it is going, so it will return 0. From here it will return 0. If it is valid, then it will proceed. Otherwise, if it is out of range or that particular grid where I am going, if it is that is 0, then we will not go there. Then you mind one question can come is, for 9 right side it was already visited, how I will maintain that? That is easy. When you will traverse, that time you store the current cell value as a temporary variable, then you make that grid as 0. So when actually I will complete visiting 1, that time I will make it 0. So when 9 will want to go to the right side, then they will fall in trap of this condition. So it will not go to that way. And again after that, after completing this function, I will again make it to 1. If you go through this code, you will understand this. Now suppose for any function for 7, I can go to 4 direction, that is up, down, left and right. For up, what I will do? I will do I minus 1 j. For down it will be I plus 1 j, and for left it will be I j minus 1, and for right it will be I j plus 1. From 4 direction I will collect the sum, and then I have to return what? The maximum between all these 4. So the maximum between all 4 I will choose, and I will add my current cell value also, and then I will return to the upper function, and that way at the end we will get the result. So from which function I will call DFS? So this will be this function. So if you look at here, so this function I am calling, like I am iterating over the grid, and if it is the grid value is greater than 0, that time I am calling a DFS function, and the DFS function will return one sum. If that sum is greater than the previous stored max sum, then I will update it, and at the end when I will completely visit the grid, I will get my result. So this is all about the program. Now if you submit this solution, it will work. It is working. Thanks for watching.